Hey everyone, it is Natalie from Being Intentionally Creative. I have some new items from Temu. I thought I would show them to you. I have one that's kind of interesting, which I'm excited about working with. It's a mold. So we'll have to see how big it is, and I'm curious to know the depth of it, which will make more sense once I pull it out of the bag. Before I do that, one of the things I want to mention to you is I recently, from Stamping Up, got some more of their stamping ink. I have some already, but the colors are darker. The colors I've gotten now are lighter. Also, I didn't have any blue, so now I have a blue. And I wanted a purple, but I'm looking through my colors. I got 10 of them in total. It was a grouping of them. So I got 10 in total. So we have, I'll just go through them really quick. We have Berry Burst. We have the Azure Afternoon. Daffodil Delight. I love the name of these things. Coastal Cabana. Poppy Parade, Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mamba, Pumpkin Pie, which I already have. I only got one duplicate in this, which is great, and Lemon Lime Twist. I got these because I believe they are water-based and I want to use them in my mix to mold. So that's why I got those. I don't actually have the ink pads. I mean, those are refills for ink pads, but I don't have them. And one thing I do want to look into is whether or not you can get clear ink pads that you can add your own colors to. So if anyone happens to know that, please let me know. That's done. That's done. Let's open the bag. And see what's in here, and really hoping, really hoping I haven't duplicated anything. I know the one says stencils I'd gotten before. I duplicated some of them, or probably most of them, and I have to get better at not doing that. I have one honking big stencil in here. Did you ever do that? Order something and go, wow, that's a heck of a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Anyway, okay. So this here is the mold I'm actually excited about. Sorry about the noise. Sorry about the noise. Okay, so here we have it. And maybe what I'm going to do is, this other stuff's in the way, and those are bending out of shape, and I don't want that to happen. I've got some resin pieces that need to lay flat. So, organized this morning? Absolutely not. So let me just get that stuff out of the way, and then I'll just pull it down. Okay, so this mold here, it is for flowers. And what I was interested in was, so this is the top. And it's interesting because it looks like it's been, they got something spilt on it. I have to make sure I put that. So it is basically the top of a lady. I'm trying to get that. And so the flowers go in here, and I'm just not sure how far down they're going to go. But I thought this was a really cool piece. So I'm very excited to do this. It's in this pink silicone, which has me wanting to potentially initially do it with the mixed mold and see how she turns out and how deep the center goes in it. I was hoping it might be the full length of it, but I don't think it is, based on where this goes. And I don't know how much you'd be able to put in from a flower perspective, but I thought it looked very cool. So this will be in an upcoming video to see. And is it going to be, I think it's going to be a matte finish based on the inside of this. Yeah, I think this is going to be matte, which means if whatever I do it in, I'm going to have to be okay with it being matte. So put that aside. Let's take this out. So what's in this bag here? Ah, boy, they put this in a really big bag. Holy, holy. So let's just cut into this. Let's not waste any time. Uh-oh. And the caps came off one of my bottles. So hopefully that doesn't matter. You know, it's a good thing they seal these bottles up, right? I'd hate to have had this come out. I bought some water-based pigments from Temu because I wanted to have more of them and I wanted to be able to play. A Southern lady has been buying all kinds of these, so I thought I want to see what these are like. And I don't know, to be honest with you, how many I got. Yeah, the box. They were in a box. They're not really in the box anymore. This box got beat up. Well, this is my box. I have to laugh at stuff like this. This is great. Okay. So, really happy that these are sealed, because these went through the ringer really well. It's like they would put in a washing machine. Okay, so let me just set these up. I think they're 12. I think they're 12 in the container, in the box. So, yeah, super happy that these aren't, that I have to take the whatchamacallit off of these. That's too funny. Okay, so what have I got here? So it does say on here, these are for cement and plaster. So that's great that like I said, I just wanted to try them out. I'm looking for some new ideas on what I can use. And I thought, because she had, and I'm pretty sure these are the same ones she's been getting. I was trying to look at the label on hers, and I kind of think they're by the same company. So what have we got here? I think we have 12, so 4. We got 15. Let me just line these up. Aren't I doing a good job lining these up? Probably says right on the box too, doesn't it? My math skills, I will be totally honest with you, are not very good. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 15 of them. Yes, math is not my, it's not my first skill set. Anyways, okay, what do we got? We have ivory yellow, brown. That's pink, if you believe it. That's pink. This looks more like neon orange to me. We have blue. We have green. We have rose red, which looks more pink to me. Garnet. Black. Sky blue, which looks, there we go, a little too dark to me to be a sky blue, because to me sky blue is a pale blue. Lotus green, looks neon. Orange, red, yellow, turmeric, this should be an interesting color, and purple. I will be doing a video on the various products I have to see what works well. I believe that depending on what you put in, whether it be the resin-crete or the mix-to-mold, that there can be a chemical reaction with the products that you're putting in it, and that is causing it to set too quickly. I want to play with this a little bit and see if I can figure out what the best ones are not to do that. I look at water-based as being the best, but again, I don't know what's in these to color them, which could have a chemical reaction. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So this, oh, too funny. Okay, so this is washi tape, and you will notice that this box has been a little bit, it's been beaten up a little bit too, but yeah, for what I'm using it for, I could, you know, get really upset with this, or I can just go with the flow of things. I mean, they don't package these in boxes, whereas if it had come from someplace like Amazon, it'd probably be in a box and I wouldn't have this issue, but that's okay. I have a thing for washi tape these days because of how I'm using them to make cards and cutouts, which is really fun. Okay. So it's called Gold Vintage. I guess it comes out like this. There's 16 rolls. And I'm thinking what the pictures are on the bottom. is what I've got here. There we go. Ooh, these are pretty. Okay, let's take these out because they'll be coming out anyway. So I hope you can see. Down, Natalie. Oh, so these are the different. So this will be 8. These are pretty. These are pretty. And here's the other 8. So as much as the box got a little beaten up in, you know, transportation, you could see them close up. And let me just, I'll open this one because they'll end up going in one of my storage containers. So here, I'll show you that one. Very pretty, eh? Well, for me, they're very pretty. And I'm trying to find some ones that are different and unique. These are very pretty. So we'll put those back in the box. And I can turf that to the side. What else have we got in here? I don't remember everything I got. Oh, I know what this is though. Isn't it funny? You take something out of the box and then you go, oh yeah, I remember that. What that is. Okay, let's cut it open. Let's not waste time here. Okay, nothing left in that. So these are stampers for your nails, but I'm not going to use them for that. Well, I might use them for that, but I also want to use them in my artwork. And I think there's, how many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And we'll take this off so you can see it more clearly. They really do put these protective covers on well, don't they? Okay, I want to get it. There you go. Hopefully you can see that well enough. I plan on using this in my artwork. So I have, and I believe there's quite the variety between these. I'm not going to pull them all out, but I got these. And then I also got the stamping part. Oops. Now I already have one of these with the silicone piece in it. Let's just get this back in. I hate getting my fingers prints on these things, but anyways, here's the stamper to use with it. I have all kinds of nail gel, so that's not an issue. Paint might work as well. And then the scraper. Okay, so we have that. Oops. So let me just put this back in here. Done. Okay, those off to the side. I'll have to do a video on how I plan on using that. Now, this is a stamp I got to use on my cards, and I wanted a background stamp. So that's what this is. Okay. So there's that. And one of the things I found with their stamps, and I'm not always keen on buying them, I have gotten some where the indentation, like this piece that goes down on your card and whatnot, hasn't been really detailed, so I'm not getting a really defined, but these feel okay. I also got it's a little bent. I got this, which is Haunted Houses, Halloween. These are for Halloween. I have a piece I have to start working on that I haven't even, so Halloween, and I want it done before Halloween. It's going to be a really cool piece, and it's going to take me a lot of work, but I thought, I've taken stamps like this before, cutouts, die cuts, and once I have the piece done and I've cut it out, I've coated it in order to put it in resin. And I've done some really interesting pieces that way. So I wanted these because they look eerie and they represent Halloween for me. So that's why I got that. I got some more stencils. So these stencils are a little warped. I did look up on YouTube once because I wanted to know how to flatten these out. And the suggestion was to use a heat gun and just like go back and forth over the stencil to flatten it out. And that does work. So I'm going to have to do that with these ones, and especially the huge one I've got in there that must be a 12 by 12 or something like that, because they need to be flattened out. You can see they're a little warped, but that's okay. I know how to fix them. As I say, if there's something you want to know how to do, my go-to is YouTube all the time to find things out. So I need to get, and I don't want that. Okay, let me get a piece of paper here. Apologize for crawling across. Is that going to show that? It's probably not going to show it, is it? Okay, give me a second. I will be right back, and then I'll have black underneath that. Okay, I've come back, and I have black paper now. So I'll get the wet out from underneath this. Let's have a look at these. So we have that. These are pretty. So it'll be really nice when these are flattened out. I'm just gotta, well, I can just rip that out. I do tend to check to see, because there's a couple of the pullouts that aren't out. So if you're going to get these, I'm not going to rip that, or I'm going to rip the stencil. Now just check those before you start using them. And that. You can see I like flowers, right? As much as I don't do a really good job growing them, I do like flowers. I do like flowers. I come from a family of flower people. That sounds so cute. But flowers were a big thing in my family. So I love flowers. Not that I have the greenest of thumbs, but I love flowers. I have a hibiscus plant upstairs. Oh, the blooms on that thing when they come are the most gorgeous color. I'm gonna have to take a picture and one day post along with a video, and they're just absolutely, it is the hue of gray with some purple and pink in it. Oh, it's just a beautiful color. Yeah, I can't describe, I can't do it justice, so I'll have to get a picture of it when it blooms again. So this is a clock. I guess it should probably, I guess it, you know what? Does it really matter which way it goes? Not really. Okay. And then, I swear to, I have no idea how big this thing is. I don't know what I was thinking when I ordered it, because it's for walls. That's what this one's for. Sorry for all the noise. I really, really apologize. This thing is massive. And I want to use this. Anyways, I must have really liked it. Not that I plan on using it on my walls, because I won't. But can you see? This thing is massive. This must be, oh, I want to say this is bigger than 12 inches square. I almost think this is about 15. Yep, not sure what I was thinking. But anyways, I have it now. Oops, sorry. So, yeah. This one's definitely going to need the heat gun, wouldn't you say? This really got beaten up, and beaten up well. But I can use parts of it. I can use parts of it. And I don't know if you've ever thought about it. So, because that stencil is stupid big. So imagine, if you will, you have this, and let's say this was cut down to either a 7 by 5. So if I took and I was making the outside of a card, you could use a stencil like that to decorate the whole thing. And I like the idea of doing that you have not just a design on the very front of the card, but you have it front and back. And you could also do part of the inside if you wanted to. So I don't limit myself to keeping it sort of what everyone else is doing. And I've mentioned that to you before. I like going outside the box, thinking larger than, you know, what some other people are doing. And if all you want to do is you want this folded and you just want to do this part of it, hey, cool, you do is. I love this. Tim Holtz says, you do you. And I so love that because it goes along the lines of breaking creative rules. You don't have to stick to what everyone else is doing. If you have an idea and you just need to work through it and do it, then do it. Because you don't know what you're going to come up with and you don't know what ideas are going to be sparked. I like breaking creative rules. I like doing things differently. You know, way back in the day, I used to say, I dare to be different. Because for me, I guess I had that thought that I don't have to do things like everyone else is doing. And so I've expanded because of that. So as much as this one stencil is absolutely huge, I don't care. I really don't care. And it has possibilities to what I could do with it. And so I will work with it and see what I can come up with. Anyways, that was probably one of the biggest hauls I've gotten from Temu, especially the bag size, because I don't think I've gotten one that big before. What is my favorite here? I have to say I'm loving the washi tape. Love, love, love this. Because it is, I mean, this is really pretty washi tape. Like, I just love this. And it reminds me, it's interesting because it reminds me of my dad. It has his flavor to it. So I really like those. I am extremely excited to work with the pigments to see what I can do with them. And the other one that's my favorite is this one, which I'm probably going to pour shortly. And I might use some of the pigments, and you're probably going, you're going to do a video on that, right? And I probably will, to see what I can come up with. And yeah, I'm just curious to know how big of a vase this is. And for this one, because it is, you know, it's got a bit of a jiggle to it, this is going to go inside of something. So when I pour it, it'll be upside down and in some sort of container. Just because I don't want stuff all over the place. If it sort of falls over in the container, I don't care. I don't want this falling over on my desk. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. As I say, when it comes to these stencils, you can find videos on YouTube on how to flatten these out. I have one of the heat guns, and it's just a matter of moving around until the stencil actually lays flat. And to have something that's flat and heavy enough to sort of set. So once you heat it up, it's recommended you put something on top of it, so to help with the flattening out process. So you'll have to make sure you have something that's flat and big enough to cover it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a great day being creative, however you want to do that. Take care, and bye for now.